Thank you very much. Let me congratulate you on the position that you just got as a chairperson of the new committee, or the committee under PEP. What's this? What is it that is expected from you leading this committee now?
Thank you very much for the question. The name of my committee is called the Permanent Committee on Trade, Customs and Immigration Matters. And I think it outlines my mandate. The mandate of the committee is to deal with the integration of Africa. And one of the things which can make Africa integrate fast is trade. If Africa boosts intra-Africa trade, then we can be able to speed up integration. As you know, the trade between Africa and other countries globally is about 60%. But intra-African trade itself is only 12%. So my committee is seized with making sure that Africa has the capacity to boost intra-African trade and to make sure that all tariff and non-tariff barriers to trade are abolished so that goods, services and capital can move across Africa very smoothly. And linked to that is the issue of borders, our own borders, customs. You know, a lot of time is wasted by traders, be it cross-border traders or commercial traffic on borders trying to process their goods and so on. So we need also to look at customs, how we can harmonize, simplify customs procedures and standards so that goods and services can move fast across the borders. So one of our mandate is trade. The other mandate is migration. Migration is a big issue. You hear about migration when you see people dying in the Mediterranean. People are running away, or rather, they are looking for greener pastures in Europe and other countries. So Africa has to address the push factors, why people are moving away from Africa. And there are so many reasons, be it conflict, internal conflicts, which also lead to internal refugees, and people get dispersed from their places of origin. And my committee looks at all these issues and even addresses the issues of the rights of refugees. Once you cross your border to another country, you also have your own rights. Even if you're an immigrant, you need to establish you have your own rights of employment and establishment once you get to your destination. And you also the health and safety issues for migrants is to be addressed, their safety, their security. So my committee looks at what we call well-managed migration. Okay, how do we manage this process so that it's orderly, it's managed? And one of the challenges is to make sure that as Africa, we come up with a common position on migration. You know, there are so many protocols by regional economic communities and the AU itself. But let us come up with a common position on migration, how to make it safe and well managed, so that Africa can be a borderless continent. You know, these borders are colonial borders. We need a borderless Africa. That's what my committee is looking at. And one of the things that we can use to promote a borderless continent is the question of the African passport. Yeah, we need one passport for all of Africa.
How long are you expected to be leading this committee, or how long is it as a committee now?
Yeah, for a year now, because in May 2018 we'll have other elections, because I'm just coming in the middle. Oh, yes. Yeah, it should have been 3 years, but I'm just coming in the middle because the previous chair vacated the position. He came from Guinea-Bissau. Yeah.
Let's talk about the region, Southern Africa region, which you're coming from. As you're coming from Zimbabwe, where is it in all this expectation, the mandate of the committee? Where does it feature? Is it easy to implement all that is expected under PEP
You see,
the region?
You see, when we are here at PEP, we have a helicopter view of Africa. We go beyond individual countries so that Africa acts as one. It's not about my country alone. These issues affect Zimbabwe, they affect Lesotho, they affect Guinea-Bissau, they affect Nigeria. So we need a common understanding as Africans so that we resolve our own continental problems, so that we can achieve Vision 2063, so that Africa prospers.
So are you well capacitated with the committee that you just came in or joined, whereby it's already mobile, it has been working?
My assessment is that we've got very competent members in our committee. Some who are specialists in trade, some also specialists in migration, some specialists in customs administration. So it's a mixed bag of skills. Very competent people in my committee, high level people in my committee.
But is there any political will from the MPs to implement all this, and how? We have seen many protocols through PEP, through AU, many member states are related.
Now it's a paradigm shift. We have to walk the talk. I am not interested in chairing a committee which just talks without taking action. I believe in action, and I'm sure if you watch the space, you'll be able to monitor the developments in my committee and the rest of the PAP.
But you're just an advisory committee, and how do you make sure that everything is going to be implemented?
All the work we are doing is to position ourselves as PAP, not only for now, but even for the future. In the meantime, it's advisory and recommendatory, and what's wrong with advising and pushing for the recommendations to be adopted? We're already having a protocol which is going to be signed in January on free movement of people through the efforts of PAP. But it started as recommendations. But going forward, once PAP gets legislative powers, we should then be able to devise model laws on trade facilitation, on free movement of goods and people, on customs harmonization, and all other areas that we are assisted with. We can then develop model laws which can be adopted by national parliaments and regional parliaments.
Oh yes, wrapping up our discussion, what would be your message to member states, your committee, and everybody else?
My message is that Africa, we have to wake up and smell the coffee. We need to leapfrog because we are lagging behind all other continents. This is the decade for Africa. We mustn't squander the opportunity.
Thank you very much for your time, Doctor. I wish you all the best on the position that you just got in.
Thank you. Thank you very much.